Hey guys, how you going? Okay, we've got some posts to go through, so let's get to it. Ariel said, good evening. What a wild few days it's been so far. We are shaping up to have the most historical month of our time. It's over for the deep state. ISO 20022 goes live today. QAG News comes back after a long absence and said another clock will not be added. National Guard is said to have filled every hotel in New York City. Brandon Judd of the National Border Patrol Council referred to Donald Trump as President of the United States. The Khazarian Mafia gives Zelensky his walking papers. Greg Abbott suggested that every GOP primary candidate to drop out of the race. Elon is preparing a second launch of the Starship rocket. Former First Lady Rosalind Carter died at 96 years old. Elon Musk said today for the first time there is a rocket that can make all life multi-planetary. Okay, if you know what that means, you can let me know in the comments below what multi-planetary means. Maybe I should look it up. Okay, from what I can gather, it just means more than one planet in your solar system or whatever you call it. Banks all around the world are notifying their customers about changes currently taking place in their system, ISO. There is currently a countdown on this website with 8 days left, and it's 7 now. 7 days, 9 hours, 25 minutes and 29 seconds. I don't know if this is for real. I don't know if it just... know that in a week or so, actually nearly 8 days. Not quite, but there you go. Capitol Police and military doing exercises at the Capitol this past morning at 4 a.m. And it was. There's been reports of military, like a test run, you know. We'll find out. Insider Paper said new. Argentina's new president, Javier is against abortion, pro-gun, vowed to cut ties with China, insulted Pope Francis and says humans are not behind climate change. Well done. Well done, Argentina. Okay, Ian Miles Chong said a primer on Argentina's new president, Javier Milei. He hates woke leftists. Oh, he calls them shit. Okay, well, there you go. Well, he's saying they'll kill you. You can give... Oh, wow. If you give them an inch, they'll use it to destroy you. You can't negotiate with leftards, he said. Don't negotiate with trash because they will end you. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we've got a right one in Argentina. Here he is again. New president of Argentina. Here's some more from the Vigilant Fox Media Blackout. 10 news stories they chose not to tell you this week. 10. Pilot warns of airline industry disaster due to COVID-19 jabs. Number 9. Senator Ron Johnson presents the most censored chart in congressional history. 8. Yale study reveals the most common chronic symptoms after the jab. Number 7, bad news strikes a double jab with an alarming health risk revelation. Number 6, video footage shows alleged cash for vote scheme in broad daylight. Number 5, a toddler dies 2 days after receiving routine jabs. Number 4, soccer players are still collapsing and dying 3 years after the jabs. Number 3, attorney accuses the CIA and DOD of being deeply involved with the coup. Number 2, never before seen footage upends J Committee's insurrection narrative. Number 1, OBGYN drops alarming miscarriage data before Congress. She says, I've never seen this before. Repost and follow for more headlines next week. Articles are included in the thread below. Yeah, that doesn't look scary at all now, does it? Oh dear. Okay, let's just leave that one there. Oh, now I'm going to freak out every time I hear a plane going over me, overhead. Roller said, oh yeah, the COVID pandemic, remember this? Okay, listen to, I'm just going to test the volume first before I blow your ears off. Okay, I think I've got it right. Let me know down below if I haven't.
So apparently you can use this to get paid time off of work. Yeah, Sunkist apparently makes every COVID test say positive.
No way.
Yeah, you just put the soda on the test and then wait 15 minutes and boom, positive.
What?
Then you take a picture and tell your boss, I can't come in.
Okay, we got the Sunkist and 3 different tests.
Yep.
Because we're going to make sure this works. And then we got to find out, because, you know, if you need a day off, you need a day off. Looks like you need a day off with that sunburn.
Hurts. I'm gonna dip it in here.
Dip it in there.
And then I'm gonna put it right.
Dip and drop it, yeah. This is the Janabio.
Okay, here we go.
Put it in there. That's a lot. This one's a little bit different.
Okay, what do I do with this one? I just put it
so you dip it
inside of here,
yeah,
right?
You put it in and twist it around. And spin it around.
This way.
Boom. Yeah, there you go. COVID-19 rapid self-kit test, the Janabio. Sunkist makes it turn positive.
And then the Binax,
now
also makes it turn
boom.
positive.
The purple line's there.
Yeah.
This one's like, you got it. Yeah, let's throw these away. You're not drinking these.
Interesting. Remember that, Coke did it before. What else did? Paw made it turn positive. They tested, what else did they test? They tested a few things that turned it positive and, yeah, had nothing to do with human beings, except maybe it's something they eat. Michael Sukkar said Anthony Albanese and Labor have refused our calls to prohibit the NDIS, the National Disability Insurance Scheme, being used for prostitutes, but now want to deny support for children with autism diagnosis. The twisted priorities of this government are scandalous. Oh my goodness. They're refusing to prohibit the NDIS being used for prostitutes, but want to deny support for children with autism. Our government are insane. Stephen said Albo overruled the High Court's decision to keep the these illegals in Australia. Albo is now doing nothing to keep hundreds of pedos, serial rapists and grandma bashers off our streets. Press hard if you've had enough of Albo and his mates. I think everyone's had enough of Albo and his mates. They don't have enough likes. Kevin We the People said Slipknot speaks out against the globalists. There are forces and effing people that you've never seen that are trying to pull us apart and turn us against each other. I'm not going to preach, but the only way we're going to get through this is together. It doesn't matter what language you speak, what your skin colour is, who you love. We should all love each other like family and be ready to die for each other. The globalists clearly work together to dominate and subjugate the human race, so why can't we come together as a family and permanently put an end to their tyranny? Please stand up for humanity. Wow, interesting.
Crazy fucking time in the world right now. There are forces, there are people that you have never even fucking seen, never even talked to in real life, that are trying to pull us apart, trying to pull us away from each other, trying to divide us and turn us against each other. All on a place that does not fucking exist. I'm not gonna preach, but God damn it, the only way we get through this is together. Do you fucking understand what I'm saying to you? All of these fucking voices, it doesn't matter what side of the fucking coin you're on. That side, this, take a look around. This is your fucking family, California. And in this family, it does not matter what color your skin is, what language you speak, who you love, who you believe. These fucking people.
I don't know which side he's on, but, because he looks, I don't know. Oh, no. Yeah, but the message is right, but, I don't know which side he's talking about from. Interesting. Dr. Keck said frequencies. To kill the big C. Dr. Anthony Holland discovered what the cancer cells shadow when exposed to the frequency known as the 11th harmonic. Okay, so it's coming, guys. This sort of stuff will be released to the public, and I'm just not sure when. When the Big Pharma decides to go down the gurgler. Chuck Costello said just in, damning video emerges showing two completely different scenes of Nancy Pelosi talking with Mike Pence on January 6 during the same phone conversation. One scene shows Pelosi with Schumer and another shows Pelosi with Schumer and Grassley. Mm-hmm. Exact same recording, two different shots, one with Grassley, one without. There you go. I don't know why it played twice, but there you go. Okay, Ultra MJ Truth said if this doesn't change your perception of J6, I don't know what will. Just going to show a little bit.
I have given warnings about chemical munition. I need the less than lethal team position above me to start deploying. Launch! Launch!
Peaceful protester Joshua Black shot with a yellow rubber bullet through the cheek. And apparently it was through the cheek, so anyway. Yeah, pretty bad. Steve Kirsch said, wow, psychologist Stanley Milgram found that 80% of the population do not have the psychological or moral resources to defy an authority's order, no matter how illegitimate the order is. Therefore, only 20% have critical thinking capacity. This explains quite a lot. I hope he's underestimating. I really do. I hope he's underestimated the population. I'm hoping there's more than that. Okay, Kevin, we the people, said Mel K on the Great Reset. It's not going to happen because on the way to the Great Reset, we had a Great Awakening. There's an alliance of people around the world that will not tolerate this small group of evil demons to replace God on this planet. We have unalienable rights that they could never take away. Keep the faith. There will be justice. God will win. Let's go. It's not going to happen. Because on the way to the Great Reset, something really went wrong. We the people woke up worldwide. The Great Reset became the Great Awakening. There is an alliance of people around this world that will not tolerate this small group of evil demons to replace God on this planet. We have inalienable, just pretty much what I've read. They'll never take away. They can't. God-given rights cannot be taken away. Okay, Trump lover said, do you agree with Ted Cruz saying all 50 states should mandate voter ID for the 2024 election? Yes or no? Yes, and paper ballots. And counted in one day. I mean, Argentina just did it. They just did theirs, counted them in one day, paper ballots, and look who won. Donald J. Trump post from his Truth Social said FBI lost count of how many paid informants were at the Capitol on J6 and later performed an audit to figure out exact number ex official. The FBI had so many paid informants at the Capitol on J6 that it lost track of the number and had to perform a later audit to determine exactly how many confidential human sources run by different FBI field officers were present at that day. Officers, not officers. Former assistant director of the Bureau has told lawmakers at least one informant was communicating with his FBI handler as he entered the Capitol, according to Stephen D'Antuono, formerly in charge of the Bureau's Washington field office, NY Post. Donald Trump Truth Social post, 11/18/23. So pretty much we already knew this, but just let's keep reminding everyone. Lou Dobbs said, translation, Biden, Obama are in big trouble. They thought they could force Netanyahu to agree to a truce, withdraw IDF from Gaza, accept two-state solution and chalk up another victory for Obama's beloved Iran. Obama forced to come out from behind the curtain to push it all, but not happening thanks to Netanyahu. Obama's 2008 election guru warns Biden's in big trouble ahead of 2024. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that I agree with Netanyahu, because as far as I've been awake, and as long as I've been awake, he hasn't been a good dude at all. So, natural immunity, FTW, which means F the world, I think. Holy shit. Canberra notice board said, oh my goodness. Where is a good place to take a scared 8-year-old to get their jab? I'd like to see them make a bit of... I'd like them to make a bit of a big deal about it. She's seen me drop after my second dose and is scared. I would not be taking my children to get anything after that. Cass Duncan said, I had the same situation. My 3, 8 years, 6 year and 4 years saw me having to be rushed by ambulance to the emergency department after the second one. Took the kids to the clinic at your GP Crace. It was fantastic. Balloons and lollipops with no weight, so no chance for anxiety. Oh my goodness, that makes me so depressed as a parent, as a grandparent. Okay, with the Dubai floods that are going on, Nicola 3 said Dubai, watch the water. Biblical flood. I don't know, it's just another, like, outlook on it, you know. Is this Dubai? What the hell are those things? Anywho, I don't like cities. I think they're ugly. Well, the way they build them now is it's all glass and metal. Nothing is artistic. I like the old artistic buildings. Alexandra Marshall said someone should do a study on the left. Whenever you mention strong men, their minds fall straight to the dictators and tyrants of history. Normal people think of the strong family man, the protector. It's starting to make sense why left-leaning voters flock to dictators and abusers in power. They perceive their evil as strong. Now, I thought that was very interesting. Because, yeah, when you mention strong men, yeah, their minds fall straight to dictators and tyrants and, you know. Normal people think of the family man, the protector. A strong man, you know. Joey Manarino said MTG is right to call for a January 6th select committee because the crime wasn't trespassing at the Capitol. The real crime was everything the Democrats did after that day. If we are still a constitutional republic and we still have a democracy, we deserve accountability. And I agree. You poor guys. Well, I feel sorry for all of us in every country. Jeez. DC Drano said this Trump post has left us shrieking, which only makes me like it more. The greatest threat to the American people is not Russia, China or North Korea. It's in Washington, D.C. Donald J. Trump said 2024 is our final battle. With you at my side, we'll demolish the deep state, we'll expel the warmongers from our government, we'll drive out the globalists, we'll cast out the communist, Marxist, fascist, and we'll throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, we will evict Joe Biden from the White House, and we will finish the job once and for all. A job that he was prevented from doing because every time he told someone to do something, they agreed to it and then did something completely different behind his back. Laura Loomis said apparently US Capitol Police were doing drills this morning in a preparation for a high casualty incident, and some people saw it at 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. while jogging. Some people saw men in uniform carrying stretchers with naked bodies while running. What are they preparing for, and when do they plan on telling us? Nothing good. Armstrong Williams said, "What is US Capitol Police training for under the cover of darkness? These exercises only happen after confirmed threats." So that's very interesting, people on the streets.
Is going on in the United States at the United States Capitol. I know this city is under high alert. We've reported this, but look at all the officers and others walking here, right here. Let's go this way. Look at the ambulance. Good morning, sir. The ambulance is here. I mean, are we expecting something? Is this a training exercise? It's a training exercise. He says it. It's a training exercise.
It was posted on all of the social media.
Oh, it's a training exercise.
Yes.
Well, we need to be trained and prepared.
There you go. Okay, I seem to be having... Oh,
What's to come? Okay, thank you to the officer.
okay, we're
It's
having a bit
training
of
exercise.
a loading
It's
issue.
Early in the morning here on the grounds of the U.S. Capitol. I appreciate the officer letting us know it's a training exercise. But why? Why now? Why did they train it for? We will keep you updated on this platform because we go...
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Also, Rumble was out about 8 hours ago. Maybe more. 10 hours ago. So, they said they were being attacked. Cyber attacked. So I'm just letting you know, just because that kept loading then, not that I think I'm being cyber attacked, but you know. There you go. Chad Steingraber said ISO 20022 Death Watch. It's past midnight at the European Central Bank, which now means it's now 11:20 Monday morning, and T2 is still down. I think somebody's getting nervous. Day 122 European Central Bank T2S services successfully upgraded yesterday, but the T2 service as of Sunday is still down. I don't know what it's like today, guys, so can let me know. Okay, Lightning, Mattel release the new Claire O'Neill Barbie. Introducing left-wing Barbie. Yep, it's about right. God help him. What a horrible, horrible doll. Oh, did I like that one? Oh my goodness. Declaration of Memes says cancel culture was created because the left cannot survive in a marketplace of free ideas. They can't. And Vandersteel said big news from Texas. The Texas legislature, during a special session called by the governor this week, passed a measure allowing state law enforcement officials to arrest suspected undocumented migrants. Democrats have exploded over the strict immigration bill. Operation Burning Edge is directly responsible for bringing focused attention to the illegal alien community in Liberty County, Texas, called Colony Ridge. We brought in Rep. Luttrell, Rep. Brian Babin, and Sheriff Greg Capers to see the expansive 60 square mile development, which until now had zero accountability for who was living there. The Texas legislature, during a special session called by Governor Abbott, finally did the work of we the people and are defending the border. We need to now retroactively start deportations on a mass scale. And a lot of people are calling for that. And I agree, like, we've got the same thing in Australia. It's bloody ridiculous. They're outpricing everything. Unfortunately, we don't have the infrastructure to keep this going. Okay, and Sherelle Moody, femicide researcher, okay. A woman has been killed in Morphett Vale, South Australia. A man is in custody. She is the 64th woman killed this year and the 4th in a week. Okay, for the 3rd time in 5 days, an Australian woman has been killed. She was murdered in Perth last night. Her alleged killer is on the run. She's the 63rd woman killed this year. Well, who's doing it? What does the suspect look like? Because that's one thing they're missing here. This girl, I believe this is a feminist, so let's just get rid of that one, hey? But yeah, I thought I'd show you that one because I want to know who's committing these crimes. Let me tell you. Maddox Patriot said it's all starting to make sense now. Lies are easier to believe than the truth. Proof the firmament is cracked, they reckon. Yeah, you can let me know what you think about this. He's going to send another one up there. Crazy. Jack Straw said, soon in your neighbourhood, Godspeed. Yes, it's coming, guys. The military will be coming in. And we've all been taught to think, oh, no. And also, hey, those emergency things on your mobile phone. I was reading something the other day. Might have been the board. And they said that that was the way to get around mainstream media to let people know what's happening. So maybe keep it on. Keep your mobile phone on. Otherwise, you may see stuff like this and believe, because we're being taught to believe that when this happens, it's all downhill from there. As conspiracy theorists, that's what I've been taught. But it may not be. It may be the help you need. Leading reports said breaking Senator Mike Lee has called for an investigation into the January 6th committee and what they deliberately hid from Americans. A lot of people are calling for it. Laura Loomis said breaking the Florida Secretary of State's wife, Esther Byrd, the wife of Cord Byrd, who was hand-selected by Ron DeSantis, just lost her election this morning to become president of the Florida Federation of Republican Women. This comes after she began bad-mouthing President Trump, attacking me and openly mocking Trump's legal woes on Twitter in an effort to attack his re-election. Probably not so smart for her to do that in a state where Trump is beating DeSantis by 40 points. Anyway, after she attacked me and celebrated attacks on Donald Trump, information was somehow released from her previous divorce records, which shows she admitted in court documents that she doesn't know who the father of a child is because of her many extramarital affairs. These admissions in public records came from a lawsuit in which she sued her ex-husband, so she didn't have to pay him child support even though her husband had custody of the child. Pretty shameless behaviour that didn't sit well with the Republican Women's Organisation. The child is now an adult, but these divorce records are public and ultimately destroyed her chances of getting elected. This information was then blasted out in an email to every member of FFRW, and Esther released a statement about her messy life. She continued to attack Trump and then floated the idea of her husband running for governor. Obviously, her strategy in getting exposed turned everyone off. Doesn't help that she's married to the man who changed Florida election laws so DeSantis could transfer his gubernatorial PAC money to run for president on Florida taxpayer dime. Crazy how so many people pretend to be someone they aren't. It's very common on the right. Well, you know what they say, actions have consequences. I guess Cord Byrd and his wife effed around and found out. Congratulations to Barbara Price for winning the election and becoming the new president of FFRW. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, this one here, Bunts23 said, don't forget, when you finish reading this book below to your kiddies, do drop by a medical clinic, pick up a box of COVID masks after getting your 9th booster. Then tweet about how the no voters destroyed your vision of a divisive Australia utopia before going to march with Hamas. Oh my God, look at it. Seriously, guys. The world has lost the plot. Either that or I've lost the plot. Okay. Wall Street Apes said these are either incredible coincidences or proof of something far more sinister. Every time there's a major fire, there's a satellite directly over the location where it ignites, including Maui. The Linda fire was ignited at approximately 10:47 p.m. on August the 7th. At this exact time, CCP satellite labelled NORAD 53299 was directly over the location. The Lahaina Maui fire was ignited at approximately 6:37 a.m. on August the 8th. At this exact time, CCP satellite labelled NORAD 55836 was directly over the location. The Cooler fire was ignited at approximately 11:30 a.m. on August the 8th. At this exact time, CCP satellite labelled NORAD 53299 was directly over the location. Are they all result of Jews? Isn't that interesting? So they're showing you where the satellites are and where they head, their location. That's how many fires can start at once, I believe. You know how we see them all starting up at once? Plus, I believe you got little arsonists running around on the ground. Ian Yeager said Rep. Matt Gaetz supports an anti-corruption plan that includes a ban on congressional stock trading, 12-year term limit for Congress, and a ban on political donation from lobbyists or PACs. Would you support this plan? I think most people would. Okay, Fletch17 said, but why? The US Capitol Police exercise Sunday, November 19th, starting at 4 a.m, will be conducting a training exercise with our military partners on Capitol grounds. Please do not be alarmed if you see emergency vehicles. And then we have Bobby D. No, she didn't. Oh, yes, she did. Spread this message far and wide if you too feel the same way. Let's have a listen. What is she saying?
Don't like America. Get out. Get out. We don't want you here either. You don't want to be here. We don't want you. It's perfect. Go home. Honestly, like half these people are chanting in Arabic about this country that they've clearly chosen, but it's not good enough for them. Get out. We don't need you here. You don't like America. Get out.
I definitely agree with her. I feel the same way about here in Australia. Skin Kiss Natural Body Bliss said bye-bye Starbucks. We've opted to stay cashless. We accept card, contactless and app payments only. I never have shopped at Starbucks. I don't. No. Won't go there. I haven't been there. Anne Merritt of Finland said blackout. This is apparently the Schumann resonance. It's been blacked out for a little bit there. Very interesting. And Jack Straw said the Rothschilds are out of money. Let's have a listen to this.
What I just told you, but they do now. So I'm informing everybody. And the NSA doesn't understand it. Nobody really understands what's going on right now. But what the thing that they did figure out last night, before all the hubbub, so to speak, was that Rothschild clearly doesn't have any power on the planet. They did come to that conclusion last night. Last night it was a very angry conversation with operatives worldwide, I have to say. They don't know why they're not getting paid. But the one thing that did happen as well is we were at about 30% the other day, 30% cooperative with us, and the rest of them, 30% not cooperating with us. They didn't want to move forward. They wanted to keep things the way they were. They wanted to still report to Rothschild, either directly or indirectly, whether they knew it or not. And some of these revelations happened, I believe, because we don't have an umbrella military corporation anymore. No.
They're all gone.
No. Yep. Also a corporate, isn't it? That was one of the corporations formed as the secret space program. So technically all the other ones don't really have a home right now either. Okay. They can continue to take orders from Rothschild, continue to do things, but there's no money coming. There's no funding for that program. There's no agreement with the Rothschilds anymore. There's no gateway security required, which is what their job actually used to be. It wasn't running the Trump Corporation or any of those people. The gateway security was the original reason why those organizations were founded. And originally under a different guardianship even, than the Rothschild family at the time. So a lot has changed in the last 24 hours, and it's a lot for everybody to absorb. But the one thing I will tell you, and I've told you from the beginning, and I've told everybody else from the beginning, is the Rothschilds are not in power. They haven't been guardian for a long time. I knew this agreement was never going to be renewed, so we just had to wait it out. Until
There you go. I believe they're not in charge anymore. Okay, this one here. What have we got here? Jamie McIntyre said, could the purchase of Twitter by Musk be one of the critical points in human history that seals the fate of the criminal elite? The truth is leaking out everywhere and they're losing control of the narrative badly. Note, independent media such as the Australian National Review told readers this some years ago. That's what his business was. AF Post said Elon Musk likes posts suggesting Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were Israeli spies. Elon Musk liked Wall Street Silver. Nobody would be really surprised if this were true. It would explain why the client list never gets leaked. It's too valuable when they have current members of Congress compromised. It's in response to Daily Mail saying Jeffrey Epstein book claims he and Ms. Ghislaine Maxwell were Mossad spies who filmed US politicians and power players having sex with underage girls to blackmail them. There you go. So there's that. I do believe that's why Elon Musk bought it. Okay, then, yeah, I don't think I'm going to show that one. But this one I will. What the hell's going on here? UB1, UB2, West London Southall said, Watford Council need to be sued for this. What on earth is going on here? Let's have a listen. Okay, what I want to know is how come that last car got through, the van, and this one, and are they bollards? Are they those bollards on the street or something? If that happened to my car, I'd definitely be suing the council. That is ridiculous. What is going on here? Can someone tell me? See, why are some cars getting through and others aren't? This is crazy. Oh, come on. I want to show you the last one. Whoa. I was pretty sure at one point a police van ran over it. Anyway. Then you've got Ultra MJ Truth saying dog comms, RIP to somebody, Dan Scavino Jr. Does anyone remember this, dog comms? We learnt that off the keyboard. When they mention dogs, someone's passed away. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's cute anyway. Okay, what else? Marjorie Taylor Greene said, every single court case the DOJ is trying against Americans from President Trump to J6 defendants needs to be publicly shown and heard on video. And there should be video and audio in every courtroom in America where President Trump is facing trial. Enough of the lies. Definitely agree. And Gunther Eagleman said, if we wanted to overthrow the government on January 6th, we would have. Check it out. Nobody did. Oh, okay. Hodge twins said that dude would need a new grill if that's my daughter, no cap. Oh, it's been removed. The guy slapped the girl he was marrying. Anyway. Dom Lucrae said this is a historical era. There hasn't been this many black people support Republicans since March 20, 1854, when the party was created to protect blacks from the Kansas-Nebraska Act. Everything that goes up must come down. We're witnessing the fall of liberal America. Okay, let's have a listen.
I don't mean no harm, and I don't give a damn who this offends. But if that nigga Trump get convicted of this crime and he can still run for president, I'm
fucking play that because of the word he's using. Okay. Anyway, Lara Logan said this is a problem the J6 committee and all its pawns now have. It's not that there wasn't any violence, it's the fact that they presented only violence and only towards police. They left out the violence inflicted by the police on many innocent people like Victoria White. They made violence on police the whole story, which was not true. They ignored the things that contradicted their narrative because they wanted one-sided anti-police violence to be the whole story. They did not allow the rest of the story to be seen or heard or acknowledged because they feared it would undermine their narrative, and they justified that by saying the violence was so bad they could do what they wanted. The problem is there is only one truth, and it all matters. If you have to hide parts of the truth to support your side, you've already lost your way. At best, you are guilty of deceit. At worst, you're guilty of treason. You can now show once again the same videos of cops being beaten and fearful testimonies and all of that, and the whole country has acknowledged that was bad. But now some of those cops have been exposed for lying under oath, and honestly, none of that means anything when you see Victoria White, a slight woman in a red sweater, being beaten over and over by two officers. Blood pouring down her face as two big men keep hitting her on and on and on. She's crushed, helpless and fighting for her life, and then when they lose their batons, they keep doing it with their fists. No mercy, no reason, no threat. A man can be heard pleading for them to stop or you'll kill her. And the FBI DOJ arseholes charged her with a crime. You, the committee, did you mention her name? Did you tell the story of Victoria White or ask her to testify? Wait until the nation does hear her story. It's part of my J6 series on X, one of the toughest I've ever done. If a-holes like David Brock, Media Matters for America, Facts First USA, and the elites funding these organisations were not working so hard to keep us isolated from each other and inside political ideological bubbles, the story of Victoria White would cause outrage across this country. Every home, every family, every person would be horrified. Don't let the bastards win. Keep your hearts and your minds open. Question everything. And I agree with that. Question everything. That was from Lara Logan. Then we got here in Australia. Oh, just depressing. Deputy Prime Minister Richard Marles took a 2,000-kilometre round trip on a taxpayer-funded flight to watch the Cricket World Cup on Saturday in India. So this isn't the Prime Minister, this is the Deputy Prime Minister. It's like your Vice President. Yeah, so taxpayer-funded 2,000-kilometre round trip to watch cricket. GTW333 said, so today, November 19th, 2023, they held a training event at the Capitol building with military carrying what appeared to be bodies out on gurneys, out of the Capitol building and into a tent. They would take those bodies out of that tent and they appeared to be naked dummies. And loaded onto a trailer and carried to another tent. From there they would be loaded into an ambulance which would drive away with no siren. On the side of the building looks to be a bunch of federal agents. The military that seemed to be walking into the Capitol appear to be wearing mop gear and gas masks. As we all know, most of the time there is a training event, we get a FF. What if, one of these things, what if we were witnessing a staged event that they could film and go back and edit and add CGI to make this look real? For a later date to make it look like the Capitol building was attacked. The reason why I say this is because this is exactly what it looks like they were training for, as some kind of chemical attack on the Capitol building, which would be the reason why they are carrying individuals into one tent, stripping them down, decontaminating them and taking them to a secondary area to be transported to a hospital or possibly the morgue. And I would suspect that this attack would be blamed on a certain group. This would make the individuals that work at the Capitol building look like victims in order to gain support and paint a certain narrative. I'm going to share the link to Nancy Drew's video she took today showing these things. Just be forewarned. Remember, the question said 4 a.m. talking points. This is when this drill started. I'm putting this out there to let everyone know and to be warned. This could be a very big possibility. But with the way they do things, looks like a stage has been set for the next part of the movie. Here's the link to the video on Facebook. I won't be able to click on that. US Capitol Police at exercise Sunday, November 19th, starting at 4 a.m. We'll be conducting a training exercise with our military partners on Capitol grounds. Please do not be alarmed if you see military vehicles. Okay, Donald J. Trump posted from his Truth Social, said congratulations to Javier Milei on a great race for President of Argentina. The whole world was watching. I'm very proud of you. You will turn your country round and truly make Argentina great again. Donald Trump, Truth Social post, 11/19/23. Sorry, I got a cat walking across the keyboard. Argentina's election results are what happens when you have a single day voting, require voter ID and only count each vote once. End of story. Joey Manorino again said Argentina has 45.8 million people. They were able to count their votes in a single evening. Arizona has 7.2 million people and they've barely done counting the 2022 ballots. What gives? Exactly. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there for today. It's gone on long enough. And I will be back tomorrow. Okay, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.